Well, hello, everybody out there. Yeah. See if I got everything hooked up right. No echo, I hope. Sometimes I have to reset it because the other day I did put up a song, so and I have the equipment. I turned it a little different for song out here. I listened to Road King a little bit ago. He put up his first live that I'm aware of. I think it's his first one, and did an excellent job. Excellent job. He talked about the same subject that I want to say a little bit about today too. It has to do with Benny the Benefactor, or as some of you know him as David R. And I had looked at MIYAGI's show and seen some of the comments that this Benny had done in Guapo's channel. And he's one of his live channels, I guess. Well, there's no guess about it. It was live. And what he'd got away with. Wow. And it looked like one of the statements he had made was actually not a positive statement about Guapo's mother. Or at least, I think it was some sort of a... I think his mother is a mod in the chat. And I think that it was expressed in the chat, something about her. And I don't know if it was because she put him in a timeout or asked him to be quiet. I don't know exactly what it was. I mean, I'll go back and look at the thing again. But the channel itself, I don't think is up anymore. At least I didn't see it out there the other day. Or, I mean, today. I was surprised at the amount of attacks that were going on by David. But on the other hand, you know, a few weeks ago when I brought it up about how this guy reacts in everybody's channels, I got roasted pretty good. You know, a couple channels got really upset. A lot of name calling going on. Not so much by me. You know, when I expressed what I did, it wasn't derogatory as far as I was concerned. I was just pointing out a few things that shouldn't be or should be. That's it. Opinion. And, you know, in the other channels, I'm very careful. I don't, and I won't, say things that once, if somebody's fighting in there, the worst thing that would happen is if I was being attacked at the time, I would say something to this person, and then rather than sit there and heckle back and forth, I would just leave, because it not being my channel, I don't want to be a party to something that disrupts the atmosphere within the chat or the live that's going on at the time. It's not my channel. It's not my place to do that kind of stuff. It's up to the mods to keep it clean and the creator to keep it clean. And it's no business of mine to be going in there and stirring things up. And I'm not going to stir things up for people within their channel. I know I get a lot of people come into mine that think that they're going to challenge the stuff I got or make it kind of tough on me. And I don't allow that either. If you have an opinion and you express it, most of the time you'll get away with the opinion as long as it's not mean or nasty and using words that I don't particularly care, that I don't care for. Okay. And by the way, I'm used to hearing some rough words. I just don't like to see them accumulate on my channel just in case some young person would get on there and listen to it. You can put on there that it's not for children, but that doesn't mean children aren't going to listen to your channel, okay? If the parents are sitting there listening to something, they may be too. And don't forget, anything that's on YouTube can be, I mean, it only takes a minute to throw it on the big screen. You know. I'm all set up at home. I just hit the button and up it goes. But at home, I in the house, okay? Oh, heck. I kind of contemplated whether to even come on here and say anything, because I think that it got so bad that a lot of people had their feelings hurt. And once the channel's pulled by the creator or the video, then you know it must have got pretty heated, because people don't just pull things down. You lose your observation time, your subs, as far as the comments and stuff on your live. Once you pull it down, I think you lose your comments. I mean, I've taken a lot of my videos down way back when I was struck, and to protect the video itself, I just pulled it back. And you can only get hit 3 times real quick within a short period of time, and it's all over for you for about a year. And we have had different people on here who have shut down for a year, quite frankly. We have people out there that, just to be doing it, will take advantage of the rules on here so to go after somebody and try to do that to the channel. Sometimes mine will get out there and it just nosedives. After a day or two, it'll get enough hits on it that makes it go, or not, let's put it this way, it doesn't get recommended down the line. You know what's funny? When I put a song up, usually it goes all over the internet in different places. And I did put one up on my shorts the other day. I had tried to post the whole song, and whoever, usually I can do it, and they don't strike it, but there's conditions. Well, this time, the condition was I could only put it on a short, and so it could only be 60 seconds long. It's almost a 3-minute song, so for you guys to go to the shorts and watch it, you get a minute of one song. Yeah, oh boy. I'd had a request for that song a couple weeks ago, and so I thought, well, I had one in the archive actually I'd had it in there for a few weeks, and so I pulled it. Matter of fact, if you go look at it in the post over there, you'll see my car or my pickup in the same position back there, because I did it from here. Most of the time I do it from over there on that bench up there, and I have a taller stool. See if I can get it over here. This one here, it's up in the air more. That's what I sit in when I'm singing. And it makes it easier if I want to stand up. I just kick the chair back a little bit and stand up and sing. It's a kind of a corner that's set up, and it's easy to control everything that I needed for singing. When I'm here, mostly what you hear is just me. I mean, it's the only thing I can do is give you an idea. I can make it echo like that, and I can do that, and that makes it a little drier voice-wise, but not pleasant necessarily to listen to. I can put it in another mode, like that one there. That's called chat. I can put it back there. That's a sing mode. And that one there, I don't know if you can hear me or not. That's called music. There we go. I've got it back on the mode that I like to just talk in here. It's a little easier on the ears. I don't know what else I got there. I used to have one where I could hit the different buttons and it would clap and give you all kinds of background stuff. It was kind of fun to play with, but and sometimes you hit the wrong button, and if you don't have these on, you don't know you did it, and you ruin everything you talked about. Okay, let's get back to this Benny, the benefactor, Mr. David, the things he said. If you want to hear a little more about it, MIYAGI put all the comments up from the posting of the comments that were on Chapel. And if you want to listen to it, please go over to MIYAGI's channel. You're going to see the real deal. And you'll wonder, how can somebody do this through an entire show and not be seen? And then you realize, oh yeah, there was no doubt that it was seen. It was allowed. And you get upset with it. I don't know. I don't have anything to offer on, I guess, on that other than that. But the things that I predicted really are coming true about this person. More and more people see what he's really doing. And I don't know why he had went in and he wanted to be a benefactor in 2 leaves in a pod. And then he wanted to hammer him. Now, some of the words he uses and some of the tactics seem to be like somebody else we all know. And it makes you wonder, is there a tie of some kind? I don't know if there is. And all I can do is wonder about it. I can't do anything else because you can't prove anything like that. All you can do is speculate or give an opinion. And regardless of what it would be true or not, at least my opinion of this guy, we know is, if it's not truth, it's awful close to truth, isn't it? I mean, I think this is one time where my opinion was pretty much right on. And there again, that's my opinion. This guy come bearing gifts and stirred the pot. So those of you that enjoy the attention and the monetary value of whatever is given out, well, I'm glad for you. But don't, whatever you do, don't lose some of the social friends that you build up over the years. These channels have been around a while. And, the base was built, and now it's being just scrambled. People that have been around for years are walking away. And for you guys out there that have those channels, it's never too late to set things straight, okay? And I don't have to be your conscience in any way. Maybe I'll get attacked again like I did a couple weeks ago. I don't know. It's possible. I would hope that they would hold back this time. I mean, the things I talked about then, if you look, you'll see I was pretty much right on. And if you listen to Road King's channel, he's going to tell you his opinion about the stuff that went on as well, or at least his opinion of that particular guy, the benefactor. Other than that, that's it. I guess I think I'll get off from here now. This subject, I don't know what I can say, that would make you understand, if you don't understand by now, what this guy is doing. What I'm seeing out there is I can go over this 100 times, and I wouldn't be able to convince you other than what you've already been convinced. But a lot of people have been hypnotized by the gifts, and gold lust is in the eyes. And quite frankly, Benny the benefactor proved his point. He was able to buy what he wanted, and he was able to get all of you fighting pretty good in that channel. And I want you to realize that regardless of what you think about any one of the creators, they spent a lot of time building those channels up, and they depended on their core people during that build process. And even in the monetary process over all this time, these people have given and give and give. When somebody comes along and gives in larger parts, and they become more powerful than the creator themselves. People jump through hoops hoping to catch a piece of it. And what really gets me, there was one out there that sounded like the benefactor was going to make sure he had a car. And the guy really needed it. And I wish I had that kind of funding where I could do it for him. Because I would honestly, I would buy him a transportation of some kind. I just don't have that kind of funds to do that for people. This other guy apparently does, or at least he insinuated he did. And for the other guy to get it, he was going to have to go through another channel. In other words, he was going to be instructed to go to somebody else. Then he was given the name. It was live on the channel. And work something out with that other creator. It never happened. In other words, he's telling somebody you're going to get something. The guy is very happy, probably got a good night's sleep. Maybe he didn't get any sleep, dreaming of what it might come the next day. As it was, what he got was nothing. Empty hand. In other words, the benefactor can promise a lot of stuff, but he's not going to do it, or insinuate he's going to do it. That doesn't mean he's going to take care of it. But it served its purpose. It served other people were involved in the gift. It's no different than when he gave one person a gift and then told them to buy something off from the channel they were on. He expected this guy to take part of the money that he'd been given from the benefactor, spend it on another channel to make that channel happy. I mean, why give somebody something if you're telling them to give it back away to somebody else? If it's somebody that needs something and you give them something and then you take it away by saying you should give it. The other thing is this guy liked to, one of his comments was, he was talking to somebody and I said, well, you don't give anything. And I believe, and I don't know if it was the one he was talking to, but one of them came back and said, hey, if I have it, I would give it. I don't have that extra. I just don't. And sometimes it's hard for people to understand. Everybody, in some way or another, has a budget. And if it isn't a budget, it might be something that they just don't have the money either. As the money comes in, they pay it out as they can. And a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. And when they take and send somebody $5 or $10, then it's something they can't buy that they need. And that's not fair. It just isn't. But for somebody to come along and say, well, you know, I give thousands, okay? Well, the thousands probably don't mean as much to you as a person that gives a nickel. It's the amount you have, the percentage of what you have that you've given away that really counts. And people on the lower end of financial, what they have financially, when they give something, it is very hard because they have to give up something to give something. And I seen it a lot when I was a kid. You know, a poor family. For us kids, we gave pennies in the collection plate. The collection plate rattled a lot. There's a lot of people give change. I'm just telling you. Yeah, there was always some fives or tens in there, but usually you didn't see anything bigger denomination than a five going through there. People just didn't have the money back then. You know, the average take home was around $60 when I was a kid back then, between 40 and 60. You know, it just people didn't make a whole lot of money. All right, well, I've said enough. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just telling you what happened apparently in a channel and it was stirred, and I think it was done purposely by Benny. I believe that he did it with intent, and I think his intent all along has to been separate the channels from each other. He did do that. He took some people that were best friends, and whether he realizes it or not, there's a certain amount of wedge in between them. When trust starts being pushed and tied and twisted and all kinds of stuff, a lot of things happen. And now we see what kind of things can happen. And I think this deal that happened over there, we're going to have more repercussions down the road. I just think so. Be interesting to see how it's all going to come out. I hope nobody got hurt the other night. Okay, butt hurts. I know. The best thing to do is, you know, find the spot where the entertainment that you want is, and go there. If you're continually getting beat up on, you don't have to take it. You know, not everybody is tough enough to stand up to a bully. And when you're not allowed to, when you can't fight back, you have to walk away. That's all you can do. A bully will follow you, but I'm telling you, most of the channels out there will not put up with it. Most of the channels, a mod is really a mod, and they can stop it from happening. And you've already seen it happen, at least in one or two channels or 3 channels, where people aren't allowed to attack and turn it into a brawl. Okay, that's all. I'm lecturing too much. You guys have a good day out there. And as John would say, ta-ta.